Hey guys, welcome back to the Curly Reader. My name's Amanda, and today I want to share with you all of the books that I found during this season of library book sales. Okay, so I have quite the haul to share with you today. I have 3 puzzles and an entire big bag of books to share with you. These are all books that I purchased from various library book sales throughout my area, as well as a community book sale that one of the communities by me puts together in order to help fundraise for their crime prevention association. So I went to all these different book sales, used book sales, and got all these used. I didn't spend very much money, and I'm really excited to show you what I was able to find. So let's just kind of get into this. I'm going to show you the 3 puzzles that I got first because, ever since I became a puzzler, I've had to show you all of my puzzles, and I hope you don't mind. This one's a little bit of an older one. It's just a magnolia blossom tree. But I was able to get this one for $1, so I thought it was cute. I got it. And then I picked up 2 Ravensburger 1,000-piece puzzles for $3 each. I got this Christmas one, which I think will be a lot of fun to do. I've been collecting Christmas puzzles. And then I also picked up this Pixar Studio one that I think actually this will be the next one that I do. So those are the puzzles that I got. And now we're going to get into this big old bag of books. So there's no rhyme or reason to these. I'm just going to go through them as I pull them out of the bag, and I'll tell you what I do know about them and why I bought them. Some of them I don't really know a lot about though. So the first one I have here is a Christina Baker Klein book. This is A Piece of the World. I only bought this because I knew the author. I have no idea what this is about, other than this author wrote The Orphan Train, and so I bought it. All right. Next, we have The Saints of Swallow Hill. This is by Donna Everhart. This is a new release. I'm pretty sure this came out this year or last year. No, this came out this year, and I got this for like $1.50. This is a historical fiction that takes place in North Carolina in the, it says the dense pine forests of North Carolina. So, and I think that this has to do with a turpentine farm. So I think that'll be a good one to have on hand. I picked up Drowning Ruth. I got this because I swear Lindsay had read it, but she hasn't. So alas, I don't know where I heard about this from. But it says it's a gripping psychological thriller, and it takes place in the winter of 1919. A mother drowns beneath the ice of a rural Wisconsin lake. So we shall see with that one. I got a Diane Chamberlain that I did not have yet. I picked up The Stolen Marriage. I just have been collecting Diane Chamberlain books. One Mistake, One Fateful Night, and Tess DeMellos' life is changed forever. No idea, but it is textured, and so, I mean, bonus points for that. All right, I picked up, ooh, I'm about to lose this bag. I picked up The Missing Treasures of Amy Ashton by Eleanor Ray. This was a complete cover buy. It says Amy Ashton once dreamed of becoming an artist and creating beautiful objects. Now she simply collects them. So I have no idea. It had to have had at least decent ratings on Goodreads, otherwise I wouldn't have bought it. I picked up The German Wife by Kelly Rimmer. This author I know has written some very, very beloved books, historical fiction. This one is dual timeline, Berlin, Germany, 1930, and it has to do with the Nazis. And it says Sophie von Meyer Rhodes and her academic husband benefit from the military ambitions of Germany's newly elected chancellor. And then also Huntsville, Alabama, 1950. 20 years later, her husband is one of many German scientists pardoned. So we shall see. We shall see. I picked up The Sparrow by Mary Doria Russell. This is one that I've heard a ton about. It's a science fiction, and it has like a spiritual or faith-based element to it. It's not Christian fiction. It's not Christian-based in any way, shape, or form, but I believe it has to do with like a group of humans that are sent out into space to bring faith to extraterrestrials or something along those lines. I don't know. That's kind of my understanding of it, but I may be completely off base with that. I picked up Little Children by Tom Perrotta. This has to do with like a PTA or just, it says 30-ish parents of young children are a varied and surprising bunch. There's Todd, the handsome stay-at-home dad, dubbed the prom king by the moms at the playground, and his wife, Kathy, a documentary filmmaker envious of the connection Tom has forged with their toddler son. And there's Sarah, a lapsed feminist, surprised to find she's become a typical wife in a traditional marriage, and her husband, Richard, who is becoming more and more involved with an internet fantasy life than with his own wife and child. These parents raise their kids in the kind of quiet suburb where nothing seemed to happen until one eventful summer when a convicted child molester moves back to town and two parents begin an affair that goes further than either of them could have imagined. So it just sounded very interesting. We'll see. All right, I picked up The Cottingley Secret by Hazel Gaynor. This is one that has been recommended to me a ton. It's historical fiction, 1917 and present day dual timeline. Other than that, I know nothing about it. I found The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce. This is one that, was it Currently Reading podcast maybe, that I heard about this one on? No, it was From the Front Porch, which is Bookshelf Thomasville, which is an independent bookstore in Thomasville, Georgia. Their podcast, From the Front Porch, they were talking about this book and got me interested in it. All right, these two books I found, I just could not get them. They're library cast-offs. So I have Boo and Boo-Hoo. These are by Renee Guttridge. And these are about, it says, the biggest thing to happen to scary Indiana is renowned novelist Wolf Boone, or Boo. He basically, this author lives in there. He's a reclusive writer who has been the town's greatest attraction, having unintentionally turned the once struggling Scary into a thriving tourist trap for the dark side. From the Haunted Mansion restaurant, famous for its bloody fingers, to Spooky's bookstore. And then this writer suddenly quits the genre and starts to pursue a relationship with the town's girl next door, and things go from there. So I got both of them because it just sounded hilarious. I didn't even look at the Goodreads ratings. Who knows? All right. Let's see. I want to kind of set the middle grade to the side for now. Okay, I got books 1 and 2 in a series, and I don't know when I'm going to get to this series, but I want to read it, and if I read it, I want it on my shelf, and that is The Fall of Giants. This is the first book in the Century series by Ken Follett, and so I have Fall of Giants, and then I also found Winter of the World. I got these each for like $1.50, and these follow I believe the same family for a century through different wars. I think it starts with World War I, if I'm not mistaken, and it goes through different wars. That's my understanding of it. Like I said, my information may be off because I have not read it yet. Okay, I picked up The Marsh King's Daughter. This is by Karen Dion. This is one I'm pretty sure I heard about from Lindsay, Lindsay's Little Library. It says Helena Pelletier has a loving husband, 2 beautiful daughters, and a business that fills her days, but she also has a secret. She is the product of an abduction. So that one sounded amazing. All right, let's see here. I'm trying to like balance these so I don't dump them everywhere. I picked up The Writing Desk. This is by Rachel Hauk, and this actually, this is a Christian fiction book, which I normally don't go for Christian fiction, but this is a historical fiction, and it has to do with a writing desk, and that's honestly all I know. It just sounded really good, so I got it. The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. This is one that I've heard a ton about. It's in perfect condition, so I picked it up. It's historical fiction as well. I picked up Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's Half of a Yellow Sun. I had never heard of this one, but first of all, can we just with these covers? I love her covers. And I think this has to do with a family. It says, Nigeria during the late 1960s, we experienced this tumultuous decade alongside 5 unforgettable characters. A 13-year-old houseboy who works for a university professor, full of revolutionary zeal, the professor's beautiful young mistress, and a shy young Englishman infatuated with the mistress. Let's see. Oh, no, with the mistress's sister, twin sister. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I picked up Into Thin Air by Jon Krakauer. I read Jon Krakauer earlier this year. I read Under the Banner of Heaven, and this is one that I hadn't read yet and didn't own, so I wanted to own it. I got Before She Knew Him by Peter Swanson. Peter Swanson is a thriller writer that I've heard about, and so I figured I would check him out, but I don't know anything about the book. Things You Won't Say by Sarah Pekkanen. Sarah Pekkanen's another author that I've heard about, but honestly don't really know anything about this book. So we'll see. Most of these that I don't know anything about, I got for either $1 or 50 cents. All right. Under This Unbroken Sky by Shandy Mitchell. This is about a Ukrainian immigrant to Canada in 1938. That's really all I knew. And I was like, yes, please add it to the bag. I'm going to knock something over. Ooh, boy. If you hear a crash, you'll know what it is. All right, I got The Greatest Beer Run Ever. This is by John Chick Donahue and J.T. Malloy. This is about a group of guys who are like, I think it's during Vietnam. They are all sitting around the bar thinking about their friends that are serving in Vietnam and how they'd love to like send them a beer. And so they like dare one of the guys, or I don't know if it's a dare or if it's just they decide that they're going to try to sneak into Vietnam and take their friends some beer. And so it just sounded like a ton of fun. I found a brand new hard copy of Hail Mary, Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir, which I have read and loved, and I can't believe I got this for $1. That was the highlight of that trip, in case you were wondering. I got The Confessions of Franny Langton by Sarah Collins. Honestly, I went to this book sale the day that oh my goodness, there was a squirrel running through my yard with an entire cup of corn in its mouth. It's hilarious. So I went to the sale that I got this one from the day that our Historathon announcement videos went up, and I saw that Lindsay had this one on her Historathon TBR, and so I was like, I'll just get it. But this has to do with a girl who is accused of killing her employers during, when is this? I don't remember when it's set. 1826. So we'll see. Okay. I picked up a Michael Crichton book. I picked up Pirate Latitudes. A bunch of people read this earlier this year and really enjoyed it, and I love Michael Crichton, so I went ahead and grabbed that. And then I also picked up A Terrible Country. This is by Keith Gesson, and this is about a guy who has to move back to Russia after being in the United States for a while. He has to go back to Russia to take care of his alien parents, and so, yeah. So I picked that one up. And then lastly, I have only 3 middle grade books here, guys. I have been really falling off my middle grade game lately. But I did pick up Nightingale's Nest by Nikki Lofton. I honestly have no idea what this is about at all, other than this cover was so gorgeous. I just had to pick it up. So I did. Oh, I have 4, because I picked up this really old one. This is called The Girl on the Outside. And who is this by? Mildred Pitts Walter. This is about the desegregation of the schools down south, and it's told from 2 different points of view, from a white girl and a black girl, and I really enjoy stories like this, and so I thought it would be interesting to read one that was written in the 80s and see how well it aged. My guess is not great, but, you know, we'll see. All right, I picked up When Mischief Came to Town. This is by Katrina Nanestad? I don't know. This one was so cute, but I got this one. It was recommended, I believe that this was recommended by Karina Joy. Karina Joy Loves Books. I don't remember what her channel name is now. Oh my goodness. Anyway, she recommended this during middle grade March, and I checked it out from the library and never got to it, but I love that cover. It's just so fun, and I honestly don't really know what this is about other than it's supposed to be funny. And then the last one I have here is City Spies. This is by James Ponti. And I saw him speak and really enjoyed his approach to writing middle grade. This has to do with Sarah Martinez, who is a hacker, and something about middle grade hackers in the city. I don't know. So anyway, those are all of the used books that I have purchased recently. Most of these came from the library book sales. A handful of them came from that Crime Prevention Association fundraiser sale. And yeah, have you read any of these books? What do I need to prioritize? What do I need to pass on? Let me know all of those things down below. Let me know if you attend library book sales, if you love them, if you've never been. Let me know all the things down below in the comment section. And that's going to do it for today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you stick around and subscribe. And until next time, see ya.